Learn the pivot compression golf swing. Join WDGLC.com today.
Hey there everybody, it's Wayne Defrancesco and welcome to the website. We're looking at two guys that can putt, Tiger Woods and Steve Stricker. And I'm going to throw one or two other guys up here, but I wanted you to watch their tempo here. I just wanted to compare and give you a little cyber vision. Nothing more important in putting than rolling the ball with good pace, and if you watch these guys over and over, I think it does about as much good as all the technique work. So let's watch this a few times. Now, Stricker. So, a couple things that you'll see. Very similar. Look at the hold at the end of the stroke. Tiger's got a tiny bit of recoil there, but he's just practicing. Pretty famous for his freeze after he hits the putt. So here's Stricker, actually, obviously, in competition. Watch the hold of the putter over by that left toe. Now if you watch Stricker, you'll see his left elbow will just slightly separate from his body. So you're seeing an arm and shoulder stroke. So it's not just tied to his body, where it's just the trunk moving and the arms glued to the sides. So he's using his arms a little bit. There's a little feel factor there. If you watch his wrists, very, very stable. There's not much give, or what you would call maybe release. If you watch Tiger, you see much of the same thing, but maybe just a little more give in the hands. And again, you see a little separation in that left arm away from the body. Now, a little difference here. Watch the head. So if you had a metronome here on Tiger, it would be 1, 2, look up. 1, 2, 3. So it's almost a 3 rhythm where the eyes will follow the ball, but only after the putter stops. That'd be pretty conventional when you listen to people talk about keeping their head down until they hear the putt drop. I find that pretty much impossible to do and very distracting and annoying. I don't like it at all. So, but if you watch Stricker, now watch the cap, way more immediate. So he hits it up. So his hat, if you look at the bill of his cap, is almost following the putter. Now I would say he's still looking at the ball when he hits it, and I think that's probably long enough. I remember a guy at my club who was a good putter when I was a kid. I asked him what was important in putting. He said, just make sure you see the putter hit the ball. And after that, it doesn't really matter. So you could put this on your phone and just go out to the putting green and just play it over and over again. Just watch it for like a minute.
Looking to maximize your golfing potential? Learn how from one of the world's best golf instructors. Join today at WDGLC.com.
And then just try to reproduce not only the rhythm of the stroke, but look at the length of it. Stricker's pretty even. And if you watch the strike, the ball's being hit here. It's not just, this is not Loren Roberts, who's got a wonderful flowing stroke. there's a little pop there. I kind of like the idea of putting a tack on the back of the ball and just making sure you pop it in there. Now, there was some other interesting shots here. Jason Day exhibited to me a couple of cool things that I liked in putting. One is that the shaft is running directly up the arm. So if you look at his shaft angle, it's up around 71 or 2. Tiger's is just a fraction lower. But when you watch him, first of all, let's watch him without the line. If you look at the putter head, this is a beautiful example of an arcing stroke. Now he's got a putter that you wouldn't think would be conducive for that if you believe in that kind of base balance stuff, you know, for straight back and through, but nobody puts straight back and through really. And since the trunk is really controlling the rotation, the putter really doesn't do anything. Remember George Lowe told me that there are no self-shooters. I said, George, what's the best putter to use? Should I use a heel-shafted putter to arc it? And he said, son, there's no self-shooters. Doesn't matter what kind of putter you use. He used more colorful language than that, though. Now, here's something after I watched this for a couple of times that I noticed. And I noticed this because when I'm in my bay, I've got the cameras and I can use this software. And when I toggle it back and forth, I can see very subtle movements of the body. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this just as he starts his stroke. And what I want you to watch is, I'll put a line up here on the edge of his head. I want you to watch this. He's moving. His weight is shifting. When he takes the putter back, the putter's going inside, and I think it's just suggesting to his body that he's kind of making a swing. So you can see it. His head is moving away from that line. Now, what are the consequences of that? Watch when I draw the line on the shaft. What's going to happen? Because he backs up, the entire putter is going to pull inside the plane there. Now that's different from moving the putter on the plane. That's under it. And then he does a nice job of getting back on the way through. But, I mean, his weight is shifting toward his heels as he's putting. Now that might have had something to do with missing this putt, but I doubt it. It probably was just he started it, didn't start it left enough. Looks like he hit it left center and it broke across the hole. But anyway, I just thought I'd show you that because it's something for you to kind of look at in your own stroke, is to see if there's any moving back and forth in your body from toe to heel. All right, now I also wanted to show you this. Now it's kind of far away, but I thought the interesting thing about this, you know how quick Snedeker is. Now watch this putting stroke. Now that's about as fast as it gets. So watch it again. Ready? Boom, boom. That's not slow at all. That's just go, back hit, boom, boom. Now, if that was a metronome, I guarantee you that's up around 100 somewhere. And the other guy who does that, let me show you here. Watch this stroke. The other guy who does that is Webb Simpson. He's got a super fast stroke also. Short and fast, kind of like Azinger used to putt like that. So in putting, as in every other facet of the game, there's just all sorts of ways to do it. But I'll leave you with the guy who's probably the most conventional and the best. Right there, Stricker. Always nice to see the thing go in, too. All right, very cool.